without manual. I didn't turn it on automatic.
It's just right.
There you go. Sheriff? Excuse me, ride this or no?
From last week.
Oh.
I guess we'll get started. I gave you a couple, two different sheets, and both of these have to do with finding where things are. But before we do that, let's come back together and take a look here. Our day,
Monday,
our date,
April
21.
21. One.
April 21.
Second.
Pass.
first. We would say April 21st. Is today 20? Yeah. So remember, you could say April 21, but when we put things in order, we say first, second, third, fourth. It's just the way it's done. So if you don't do that, it's okay, but when you hear it, you'll understand why. And let's talk a little bit about our weather.
Well,
Let's get some-
exhibit.
Well,
Is the
well,
It's warm.
no, no.
It's not.
With the cover.
It's cold.
No, because
So we
warm.
need in between.
Yes.
So, what can we say?
Precipitation.
Precipitation. I can tell. I can see water.
Yeah.
Wishador's jacket has rain on it. So, we can say. I heard rain off and on. What does that mean?
Sometimes come on.
Yeah, off and on rain
Yeah.
throughout the day. On and off. So we have this one. On and off. Good morning, Ahmed. On and off rain throughout. What does that mean? Throughout. Throughout the day.
Whole day, come on.
the whole day. So if I said throughout the day, it means from morning till night, the whole time period. If I said throughout the room, what does that mean? Everything in the room. If I said throughout the city, what does that mean? Yeah, the whole city. If I said throughout the country, it means the whole country. It means the whole area. The whole area. When we looked at the map, we'll talk about that. So what else can we say? What about the weather or the temperature? What can we say about the temperature? Joanna's looking. $56 what?
Degrees of
Degrees.
Above Fahrenheit. Is that above or below freezing? Above freezing. What is freezing? What temperature? 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing temperature. So this is quite a bit above freezing. This is, I think, pretty normal, pretty expected for this time in April. There's an old saying, a little poem. Rhyming words, words that end the same for sound. Showers. April showers bring May flowers. A rhyming words. What is a shower? Yeah, how about the words? Yes, but what? Well, yes. And you're at home to take, instead of a bath, you take a shower. But outside today, we have what kind of rain? Maybe not right now, but a shower. So if I said, we are expecting showers outside this week, what does that mean?
No.
It means steady rain. Like when you take a shower, you turn on the water and it comes down, same. It doesn't. Shower. A shower is a steady flow of water. That's at home. But outside, a shower, we say a rain shower. We can have other words. We can have drizzle a little bit. But a shower is steady rain. This is, notice, rhyming words. Do we know rhyme?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Rhyme. Rhyme.
Rhymes.
Give. Or come. Give.
Tinkle, tinkle, little flowers.
It's the sound of words.
Yeah, sounds.
Rhyming words end the same. So, shower, flower.
Flowers.
Rhyming words.
Right. Yeah.
Often in literature, poetry uses sounds rhyming words. We like it. People like it. What you were saying, twinkle, twinkle,
Little star.
little star, how I wonder
In the sky.
what you are. Okay. Star are rhyming words. Why do people like rhyming words for poems?
You said read them.
You can remember it.
Yeah.
Because we have to remember, people have been telling stories for thousands of years. They remembered the story before we had letters, the ability to write them down. So people had to remember every line. So anyway, April showers, we can expect a lot of rain in April, and then in May, any flowers. And that's the time, if you're going to plant a garden, go for it. Should be good, because it won't go below freezing. Before we start this, I'll just give a little bit of what's going on. This is the Abdullah, come on up here. We like you up here. Please. I'm afraid of losing you back there. How are you today? Good. So, let's see, Sidi, explain to Abdallah what is the weather today?
Well, today is after some precipitation.
Okay.
Well, the precipitation is on and off is rain, light rain.
Foggy.
Light rain. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know precipitation? Sidi, explain precipitation.
Precipitation can have take the precipitation today is the same as when you have rain or the one.
In winter, what's that precipitation?
Participation is
Precipitation.
participation is
Down.
Rain
Rain or wind.
or
Wind.
not wind. Rain,
advanced news.
Oh.
what's the white one? In the winter. Snow. Rain, snow. Any form of water from the sky is called precipitation. We use it also in science, but we won't go into that, precipitation. Do you know about storms in the Midwest? Storms? Did you see on the news? Tornadoes? Do you know tornadoes? Did you see that, Tamana? Did you notice? Oklahoma, I think it was. Big storms. And they said hail. Do you know hail? Who remembers hail?
Stone. Yes.
Not stones.
Yeah. Slow stone.
What?
Tamanna teacher. Okay, he
It's yeah. He understand that. That's what he says. Ice big ice balls. glass.
Okay, if you're outside and there's some ice balls coming down from the sky this big, any problem?
I think recently Pakistan had ice ball rain, something. I saw-
How about these ice coming down?
Yeah.
Any problem?
No.
Maybe.
Yes.
How about this big? Ice balls. Now, they break windows. Your car. What happens to your car?
Glass broken.
And the metal. Little
Broken
Holes.
glass.
broken glass. This was yesterday. I saw in the news.
Still big one.
Baseball. Do you know baseball?
Yes.
It's big.
From Yemen, say, Beret.
If this hits you in your head, uh-oh. So this kind of hail kills animals. Hail, form of precipitation. The word throughout. Abdullah, do you understand throughout? What does throughout mean? Not sure?
Already?
Directly, direct,
Around.
Ahmed, explain to Abdallah, what does the word throughout mean? Now that's throughout, but Taj, throughout. We just talked about that.
Outside raining.
Around.
It's coming
Throughout the
4
day.
days. The rain coming 4 days.
The whole day. Throughout. So what you're talking about,
I threw out the fish.
what's
Trash,
this word?
trash.
Trash.
Yes.
The trash. Throughout. Same sound, but different meaning. Throughout. So when we say
That day, 8 a.m. to midnight.
till midnight, till the next day, throughout. If I said, they like it to be one word, but sometimes they separate them.
Throughout the
So,
1 week.
All week.
yes.
Monday to Sunday.
Monday.
Yes. Monday,
Just for
Sunday.
Sunday.
Notice,
No, Monday, Tuesday.
yes, everything in
Wednesday, yes.
between. So this mark, it means everything in between. So if you see this, what does this mean?
Monday to Friday.
What?
Monday to Friday.
Okay.
Monday and
What does this mean?
Monday, Friday.
2 days. How many days here?
5 days.
5 days.
5 days.
Everything in between. That's how they give a sequence of numbers or letters to show you this mark means to or throughout. So back to our little paper I was showing you. A little bit of American information. Yesterday was what special day? Yesterday, Sunday,
Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday. Yesterday was Easter Sunday. What is Easter Sunday?
It's a Christian religious day.
Yes, a Christian religious day. Very big holiday in Christian religion. And notice you'll see flowers often because it's spring. You will see that at Easter time. And we talked about this holiday, and last week we talked about do you remember this?
Saint.
Open.
State.
Open.
What?
State Avenue.
No, Saint. First.
What's this?
Street.
Street. It's right down there.
Yes.
Centerville State Avenue.
If it goes in front, it's an abbreviation for saint. Saint. What is a saint?
Religious person.
A religious person from the past who is given a title of saint by
The Catholic Church.
the Catholic Church. What is that? Catholic Church.
Church every Christmas.
No.
Well,
Have
at
a
Christmas
birthday,
time,
birthday.
Christmas is also
Yes.
a
birthday.
celebration, a religious
Birthday.
Christian holiday. But the Catholic Church,
Prayer house.
Birth.
it's
House,
a
yes.
prayer house. I like that. It's a prayer house.
Yes.
But you'll notice the big one down
Yeah.
by Holbrook, St. Florian. You know that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tall church? St. Florian, St. Florian.
Florida. Yeah.
Florian was a person. Pardon? Yeah. You good? Anyway, the Catholic Church in Hamtramck,
Yes.
you will see many churches here with the name Saint Stanislaus, Saint Florian. At one time, most of the people who lived in Hamtramck, most of the people came from countries, Catholic Church, yes, from Poland, from Ukraine, people there practice religion in this church, the Catholic Church. So why I bring this up is this paper was out on Friday, but today when I got up, I found out that the leader of this church,
Pope.
the Pope, Pope Francis died. So the Pope died, the leader of the church died. So why is it important? Because he represents the Catholic Church, the leader. How many people in the world are Catholic? Anybody have an idea? How many?
One. That.
How many people
Um.
in the world? Throughout, remember throughout the whole world. How many?
7.
No, billion.
Huh?
A lot of.
A lot.
1 million.
No, no.
What?
1 million.
Billion, billion.
Take a look again.
1 million.
Oh, you're giving me Arabic. I can't read that. I heard. This is what I heard.
Yeah.
3 million.
Billion.
Wow.
It's million.
Billion.
Billion.
1.4. Uh-oh.
A billion, yeah.
1.4 billion people in the world. That's about the same number of people in India. So this is a lot of people. Practice Catholic religion. Okay. You have to remember that different religions, okay? So Islam, okay?
Yeah, Buddhists, Hindus.
Well, hold on, let's just stay with Islam.
Yeah.
In Islam, there are different groups in Islam. The two biggest ones are Shia and
Sunni.
Sunni. There's others, but those are the two big ones. In Christianity, in the Christian church, there are many, but this is the big one. The Catholic Church is one of many Christian church beliefs. So, as Mushador was saying, there are many religions in the world. Many of these religions have small groups within the religion. So you're mentioning Hindu, there are different groups of Hindu people. There are thousands of religions. We have to remember, going back to our talking about United States history, one of the things that brought people from other countries coming to this place that we now call the United States is freedom of religion. Okay. We don't have rules here about what religion you can be in the U.S. So, anyway, what happened to Pope Francis? What happened? Mushador?
Last night he died.
He died. Yes.
Passes away.
Pardon?
Passes away.
That's an expression we say when we say someone passed away
Yeah.
or passed on, it means they died. That's the word for that. So now what will happen? What will happen? There's no leader. What will happen?
Results.
What? happen now that there's nobody leading? No boss. What's going to happen? Will there be a new one? Yes, there will. The church, the leaders of the church will pick one. So there'll be a new pope. Now, if you drive down Joseph Campo, going from Knipp and you go south on Joseph Campo, you will come to, I think is it Belmont? Belmont Street? I can't remember. Oh, this one doesn't give the maps. I think it's Belmont, but on the west side of the street, there's a little park with some benches and a statue. Do we know a statue? A statue in cement of a man wearing a long robe. That is a pope that came many years ago. He visited Hamtramck. And so they made a park in his honor. So this is a little bit about local history, local information, and what that represents. But a couple takeaways that we always come to these titles. ST in front, Saint. ST on the right is street. Remember that? You remember Martin Luther King? Do you remember him? Just to remind us. And on.
Once he was a US minister.
Oh, he had so many titles. So many. Wow. I think you got it, Ushador. Minister, do you know minister?
The part of the government.
This is not government. You can have a minister in government,
This can't be passed.
prime minister in government. But a minister is the person in a church. The leader. The leader. So this word means reverend. Abbreviation. What does this mean?
Is it sing?
Doctor,
Doctor. What is a doctor?
the physician.
Yeah, and he was not a he was not a physician.
He was PhD holder.
What?
PhD holder. PhD. He got PhD. Philosophy.
Get right today. PhD.
Doctor of philosophy.
Doctor of philosophy. So you can be medical doctor,
No.
you can be doctor of philosophy, you can be a doctorate in law, in education. What is this? Who remembers?
Is Martin Luther King.
Martin
Luther King.
Luther King. Who was he? Who was he?
His father,
No.
Who was he? He was a father. A leader of the civil rights.
Civil rights.
Civil rights. But now, keep going. What's this one?
Junior.
Junior. Remember Junior?
yeah,
His
father,
son.
What?
father, then
Junior is his son.
His father.
Junior is the son of a man with the same name. So, Taj, if you have a son, give him the same name, Taj Jr. Okay, same name. So, this JR stands for Junior. Once again, Junior doesn't always mean son and father. So if I said, I am the junior member of the group, that means different from the senior member. Junior and senior.
Basically,
Status.
junior means younger.
Younger or less status, less importance. So anyway, that's a little bit about Easter and the Pope. And oh, look at the sun that's coming out. How about that?
Yeah, sun,
Better-
sunny.
We're going to put that out here. This is typical Michigan weather.
Yeah,
On again,
different.
off again. So, let's go through this really quickly. This one says grammar in action. You have this one? We'll get you a sign-in sheet. I got it. Thank you. For you? Yeah. Of course, you don't hate that. We know who you are. Did I give you one of these? My last one. I didn't save one. Let's take a look at this. I don't have an extra one. So, we're down here. It says on part A, read and follow the directions on the map. So you notice down at the bottom, down here is a person. So when you look down here and you can see the question, where's the post office? So it means from this direction. And it tells you A and B. And then the next one, art museum, and then the high school. And you can do this one on your own. But let's go to the other side, this side, and take a look at, and you can look on with somebody else if you would. And it says read and complete. So let's take a look at part C. Oh, I wish I had another copy.
This one?
Yeah.
How many copies?
Or maybe we can make this one.
How many?
Four. 3 or 4. I thought I had my copies. Try this on your own. do that next, as soon as she does those copies. Okay, let's take a look here. We have this map, and notice the picture down below. You'll see a man and a woman. The person asking the question.
Yes.
You have this one? Here. The person asking the question is a woman. And you'll notice that there's a little, looks like a little cloud pointing at her, and it says, "Where's the post office?" Often in cartoons, this is a cartoon, that's called a caption. It means the caption tells what she is saying. It's her words. So she says, "Where's the post office?" The same thing down here in part A. Where's the post office? So now B,
Yes.
Amir, what does B say?
B.
B, part, no, go here.
Oh.
A and B,
Yes.
two people.
D. Walk 2 blocks to Broad Street, turn left.
Turn left.
Turn left, and then
The post office is on your left.
your left. Notice, what is a block? What does that mean?
Library is a block.
One street to the next street is called one block. One block.
Into street.
So then let's go down here to next question. Where's the where's the
Art.
where's the art
Museum.
museum? Okay. So move over, read part B.
walk 4 blocks to the second traffic light. That's Clark Street, turn left.
Okay. Keep going.
The Art Museum is about 2 blocks
Is it?
up on your right.
What does that mean? About 2 blocks. What does that mean?
The Art Museum is about 2 blocks.
Near. Means not exactly sure. It's not on the corner. It's in between.
Blocks up near.
What?
Blocks up.
Up on your right. It means going a direction, and they're using the word up. They didn't need to, but they did. Number 3, Mr. Dirk.
Where is the high school? Walk 1 block to the first stop sign. That's First Street, turn right.
Okay.
The high school is in your left.
Is what?
The high school is on your
On your
left.
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 Yeah. So when we give these directions, they say walk 1 block, turn left.
The school is
Something
left.
is on my right or on my left. So when you do these directions, it has to do with the person that's moving. So let's flip the page. Taj, number C here, part A and B.
Where is the guest room company? Walk 2 blocks to
Broad,
Broad Street, turn left.
turn, okay, let's find out where it is. Do we turn, it says 2 blocks to Broad Street. Now what do we do?
Turn left.
Turn left.
Here we are. Here's Broad Street.
Yes.
Turn what?
Left.
Right.
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 Turn right. The gas company is on your left.
No, right. This is gas company. She pointing.
2 blocks. Turn right. Gas company will be on her left. Turn right.
1 block.
2 blocks. Turn right.
Left.
On the left.
Excuse me. This street.
1 block.
Yes.
2 blocks. Turn right.
Yes.
And the gas company is on the left.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Left. Left. I'm going to the door. You see this sign? Can everyone see it?
Left.
I'm walking to the door.
Straight. Left.
The sign is on my
Left.
left.
Yes.
I want to go to that cabinet. The big white cabinet. Okay?
Straight.
I'm walking from here.
Yeah.
I come to this street. Do I turn right or left?
Left.
Left. Yes.
Turn left.
I go to the cabinet.
On your
Right.
right.
It's on
On
my
right.
right. On
My right.
the right or on my right.
Yes.
You almost have to like use your, you know, signs or letters to do it. How about number 2? I'm going to take number 2 here.
Where is the train station? Walk to the fire street.
Okay.
That's fire street.
Okay, so it says here, walk 1 block to the first what? The first street. Okay,
Fire street.
that's what?
Fire street. This part of the
This is kind of goofy. I think you're supposed to, this is a street down here. On the bottom, they don't show it, there's a street there. So if it says 1 block to the first street, that's this one. Park Avenue.
Railroad street.
Well, it's supposed to be First Street. I don't like this map. Let's take number
Let's say
3.
Right and left. 2.
It's going to be First Street, and then it's going to be on your right. Train station is going to be on your right.
2. Right and left.
This is kind of confusing because I think that's supposed to be a street down there. I don't know. Let's stop this one because it's going to get us confused. Let me talk about the real world. We're going to talk about Hamtramck. Do we all know where PNC Bank is?
Yeah, no.
PNC Bank?
Yes.
Do you know where Horizon is?
Horizons.
Yeah, Canal State.
What?
Canal State.
Do you know Horizon?
Yes.
Okay. How do we get to Horizon from the library?
State.
Straight what?
From the library,
Tell me what to do. What should I
You
do?
know the
Left.
and the turn there.
no, right.
Right and
Okay.
left. Yes.
I
Right and
Go, where do I go?
Yes.
To what street?
Canal State.
Right
Connect.
and left.
This is Kenneth.
Yes.
Now what?
Right.
Turn right.
Right. Turn right
Turn right,
and
Horizon and left.
Go straight.
go straight. How far?
left.
Horizon is on
How far?
Walking distance.
Yes.
2 blocks.
What do I pass?
2 blocks.
So, left.
know how many red
right
lights
on
in
left on the street.
Oh,
How many red lights?
red light.
I come
One
to
red light.
Joseph Campo.
Yeah.
Now what?
After traffic.
Cross.
Joseph Campo. Now what?
After Joseph.
Past the red light.
From cross.
Cross,
Cross the
left and
light.
cross Joseph Campo.
Yeah. And from.
Cross it.
And from.
Go straight
Yeah.
to what?
Left.
No. Street.
What do I stop on?
Yeah. Light stop.
After the
Light.
Red light.
The stoplight.
Yeah.
You know, that's a street there. It's
Yes.
called Gallagher.
Yeah.
Stop light.
Stoplight. Here I am. Now what?
The reason is on your left.
Left.
Horizon's on my left. Oh! I need to go to Al Haramain. Now what?
Going after the stop light.
Through the stoplight?
Right.
And right.
So right side.
On my right. You could say on the right side, on my right, at my right, to show where it is.
You want to get your seat?
Pardon? Oh, it sounds wonderful.
Sure.
Okay, you have to remember when it asks you these directions, you're turning, it tells you turn this way, turn that way, but it also says on my left, on my right. Okay, the place where something is. I don't like this because it's a little bit confusing. But I wanted to get to this map, this little map that we have of the USA. You see this? I need
Turn right.
ruler map. Now, I need to remind you once again about these maps. And notice down here on the left-hand side, on the bottom, it shows Alaska and what? Hawaii.
Oh.
These are not true in size. Look at Alaska. Look at Alaska. In real life, Alaska is the biggest state. So we have to kind of remember that. So when it says, now there are different answers to this, but let's look at number one. Name 5 northern states. What does that mean?
My state or
Northern.
is north.
Yes, look down here. It shows you this little directional arrows showing north and south, east and west. So let's get some answers.
But this 5 on my state or same. My state right now is Michigan.
No, North Dakota, Minnesota.
Teacher.
Okay, if I
Washington.
was to answer this,
Washington.
if I was to answer this question according to directions, the northern states, I would say I have lots of choices. Washington,
Yes.
Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin,
South.
Michigan, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. They all touch Canada. Do we see that?
Yes, near to Canada.
You can pick 5. How about southern states? What states would you say are southern states?
Texas,
Texas,
Louisiana,
Louisiana,
Florida,
Florida,
South Canada,
South what?
New Mexico,
What?
Arizona,
Canada,
New Mexico,
Mike,
Arizona.
show me.
South Canada.
Northern states. Southern states. It says pick 5, but you have many choices.
What is the middle? Or
We'll get to that in a minute, okay? Eastern states. Eastern.
yeah, eastern is Mississippi, Kentucky, Virginia.
Eastern. Up, 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 up. Okay.
Carolina, Virginia,
Mississippi,
What?
Virginia,
Georgia,
Georgia?
South
South
Carolina,
Carolina,
North Carolina,
New York,
Maryland, is New Jersey, Delaware,
Delaware,
Swan.
Maryland,
Oh,
What? Con. Look on your map. It tells you on yours. Can you see it? Does it spell it out on here? Nope, it doesn't. Connecticut. Connecticut. I'm gonna have to get you a better map that has all the names. Rhode Island. Massachusetts. New York. New Hampshire. Maine. Eastern states. How about western states?
California. California. Isn't it California? Oregon.
Oregon,
Washington.
Washington. Western states.
California,
Now we're getting things in the middle.
Louisiana.
Pardon?
Louisiana.
Louisiana?
No.
Kansas,
Arizona.
Oh,
Yeah.
Arizona. Arizona.
And south.
Now we have to remember, we have in between. We have north. That's north. We have east. That's east. In between, northeast. So, in directionality, we'd say this is the east, this is the north, the northeast, up here. Regions or districts of the USA. Southeast, south, and east,
in between.
the west. Here's the west, here's the south, southwest. And they call it that. So if I said, I'm going to take a vacation, where are you going? I'm going to the southwest of the USA. Where are you going? I'm going to the northwest of the USA. If I said, I'm going to the Midwest, Midwest, in the middle. They have different names for this. If you remember one of our lessons we had about the buffalo, do you remember the buffalo?
Yeah,
The buffalo were in the plains. What does plain mean?
Regular.
plain,
Flat. The flatlands. No mountains? That was fast, thank you. The mountains. Did you know there are mountains here? Here in the USA? Mountains. They're not big like Himalayas. No snow on them. These mountains have snow in summer. These, no snow in summer, but they're still mountains. So number 6 on here says name 8 states that begin with the letter M.
Yes.
Notice that? We have to remember about that in terms of initials. So when you see giving information about a state that begins with M, you have to look at the next letter. So there's Michigan, Minnesota, Maryland,
Yes.
Montana, they all have a second letter. This one doesn't tell us that. Okay. But let's go down to the other side. CD has to leave. And will I see you tomorrow? Inshallah. Hope we have good weather tomorrow. This is a good story. You like stories? No? This is a story about a she-wolf. Do you know a wolf?
Yeah.
What is a wolf? Like what? Like a dog. Yeah, it's the ancestor of all dogs. And it's a good story with some questions on the back. Okay. Number 7. Abdullah. Take a look at number 7.
Name, city, Texas.
Right here.
N-A-K-T.
City
In Texas.
in Texas. So look on your map. You see the city in Texas?
Houston.
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 Houston. It'll be this one right here. Do you know Houston? Have you heard about Houston? It's a very big city, getting bigger, and it's on the ocean. So Houston is a very
Which
important.
ocean? Ocean? Which
Ocean.
ocean?
It's on the Gulf of Mexico, the water. So big ships come in, they produce a lot of oil, petroleum, Houston. Okay, Ahmed, number 8.
In the city in California, Los Angeles.
You see that?
Yeah,
Los Angeles. Taj,
Name, city in
Los Angeles City, California.
Michigan. Oh, that was number 8.
Eight.
Taj, number 9.
Virginia City, Michigan.
Michigan, big city, Detroit.
That's the only one they give. But if someone asks you to name a city in Hamtramck, or in Michigan, you can say Detroit, but you can also say Hamtramck. Number 10, Mishador.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Do we see Philadelphia? Philadelphia is a very famous place that we read about last week. The Liberty Bell, Philadelphia. The Declaration of Independence,
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Very famous. Philadelphia. Notice PH often has Michigan, Hamtramck, Detroit. Yeah. Number 11. Mabubar.
10.
Philadelphia. Small print, but it's right here. Number 11, Mabubar.
Name a city in Illinois.
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 Illinois. Notice OIS. Okay, it's not an English word. Illinois, that is pronounced with no sound for the S. Illinois. So what's the city in Illinois?
Chicago.
Chicago. Yes. And number 12, we should all know that one.
Washington DC.
Washington DC.
Washington, D.C. Must have the D.C. Washington, D.C. Nope. You see it?
Yeah.
Washington, D.C. Notice here, Washington, D.C. is in the east. Washington State is Washington, D.C. a state? Yes or no?
No state.
Not a state. It's a district, not a state.
Area.
An area. B, let's see if we can cross out the words that don't fit. And then we have to give them a title. So notice the first one's done for us. It said Kansas, Utah, Los Angeles, and Oklahoma. One of them was no good, and they crossed it out. But the rest are all states. Now let's try number 2. We have Missouri, Chicago, Houston, and Philadelphia. One of them is no good. Pardon? One of them, not a city. Which one is not a city? Missouri. So
This
you
is
put up,
right.
yes, so you put up for number 2 on the line, right here, cities. And then cross out Missouri. Because Missouri is not a city. You see that? Yep, no good, so right here put down cities. The rest are cities. Chicago is a city, Houston is a city, Philadelphia is a city. Number 3.
Ocean.
So what's our category? What goes up at the top? It's not, well, Gulf of Mexico is not an ocean, but it's water. A big body of water. Do you know Gulf of Mexico? Right here?
Love Mexico.
Gulf of Mexico is water. Atlantic, water. Pacific is water. So if you put down oceans, that is actually correct, but if you put down salt water area, but what's the one that doesn't fit?
Canada.
Canada. Cross out Canada.
Number 1, Love of Mexico. 3.
Number 3, Gulf of Mexico is water. Atlantic Ocean is water. Pacific Ocean is water. But Canada, cross it off because not water. It's a body of water for number 3.
Love of Mexico.
Gulf of Mexico. Do you know the word Gulf? A body of What? Water. When I say a body of water, it means a big area of water. You may see in some places that this is changing on some maps. I think Google is changing it. Gulf of America. But the old maps will say Gulf of Mexico. Let's take a look at number 4. This might be a little tricky.
Alaska.
Alaska,
Hawaii.
Hawaii,
Hawaii.
Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico,
Puerto Rico.
and Virginia.
Virginia.
Why?
Alaska.
Not a state. So Alaska, Hawaii, and Virginia are states.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Direction. This is
Number, yeah, over here. States. And then cross out Puerto Rico. Where is Puerto Rico? Here's Cuba. South of Cuba. Puerto Rico.
number 5. Direction. Not states.
State.
No. Omit the states.
What are the 4 directions?
For directions, north, south,
North, south,
East, west.
east, west. So which one here is wrong? States. So the category is called directions. 4 directions. Map directions.
North, south, east, west.
The one that's wrong here is states. Cross that off. Doesn't fit. Number 6.
Country, city, state.
So what are these? What's the category? Country, city, state.
President, cross out.
What?
President is cross out.
President is crossed out. But what's the category?
President.
Country, city, state. Where do you live? I live in a country. Where do you live? I sit in a city. Live in a city. I live in a state.
Street. State.
All places where people live. If you said, this would also be good, addresses, where people live. Number 7.
Teacher, what's right? If
What's-
state, state, right? State.
One of them is not in place. President. Across the. How about number 7? Let's read them. What's the first state? Colorado, Ohio, Connecticut, California. One of these is different. What?
Ohio.
Why Ohio? Why?
It's different.
How is it different?
Yeah. It start initially.
City.
Initial is O.
Yeah.
Connecticut is a real state. All they give you here is CT. I need a better map for you. This map, again, doesn't spell it out. CONN. See this? It's abbreviation for Connecticut. Okay. State. Have you ever been to the east? Anyone been to New York? Coming in on a plane? No? New York is right here. Have you been? You've been to New York. New York City here is very close to all these states. Very close. You can drive in an hour or so. How about number 8? One of these is different than the others. This is a hard one. Let's see if we can figure this out. Iowa, Utah, Maine, Ohio. Which one is different? Utah, Iowa, Ohio, Maine.
Maine.
I would say Maine. Why? East. So we would say category, we'd say middle of USA. Middle states. On your way?
Kansas,
So you're off to Al Haramain? How do you get there? What's the directions? Okay. Which direction will you go on Kniff? Will you go east, west, north, or south on Kniff? East? So go east on Kniff. How far?
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Because the traffic light.
But how, if I said not how long, if I said how long, 2 minutes. I said how far?
It's quarter mile.
What?
Quarter mile.
Quarter mile? So, okay. That would work. And Al Haramain is on the right or on the left? On the right. And where do you park? Gallagher? Gallagher? You're out looking for a parking spot? I'll see you tomorrow.
Took me 10 minutes to
Can you park in back of Royal Kebab? I think there's a parking lot back there. that store, that liquor store, next to Horizon, parking lot, don't park there. They give you a ticket. Let's see you tomorrow. You
So
too.
my,
There is no
number,
parking lot, sir.
Yes.
What's that?
number B, Amira did not understand why we are doing it.
To, why?
Yeah,
To be able to say where things are, also to see how things are different. Which one is different?
Yeah.
It can be anything that shows something different. It can be the letters, it can be where it is, it can be what it stands for. Which one is different? So if I said, which one is different?
P.
Yes.
P.
Yes.
West, east, north, south.
Directions. So you look for something that doesn't fit. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's go down here to part C. Where is Hamtramck? I'll read this. You can look on your map. Use this. Where you see Detroit, you know Hamtramck is inside Detroit. So we're going to tell somebody from another country, they say, where are you from? Or where do you live? I live in Hamtramck. Where is that? So now we're going to, where is Hamtramck?
Hamtramck is a city in
Michigan.
Where is Michigan?
Michigan is
Look on your map.
Is
North, south,
yes.
east, west,
North. North is USA. It is next to
Next to Canada.
what else?
next to
Next to.
Look on your map.
in that Michigan.
Any other states it touches?
Michigan DC or Michigan City?
No, only Canada.
Canada.
Look south at Michigan.
That way. So,
Go to Detroit, look south. What state is there?
So in Canada.
South.
Yes.
Indiana,
Indiana. What else? Indiana and what else?
Connect,
Look at Indiana.
Kentucky.
But touches it. If you go on your map.
Ohio,
Ohio. Ohio. Okay. Do we know the population of Michigan? Can you look it up for us?
1 million, 1 million.
$10.14 million from 2024.
Population of what?
Michigan,
What's the number?
10.04 million.
Okay, I wrote this. Now let's do it as a number. What does this mean? Sorry, my four's in the wrong spot.
There you go.
3 zeros and a 4. That's the population of Michigan. We'll stop for today. Tomorrow we'll go through the other sheet that I gave you about white fang. If you have time. It's a good story. We'll talk a little bit about wolves.
Say wolves.
Wolves.
Wolf means small tiger.
না শিয়াল ওই যে
Jackal.
ইয়ার শিয়ালগুলা বড় বড় যে শিয়ালগুলা থাকে না
শিয়াল means
কুকুরের
jackal.
মতো কুকুরের মতো শিয়ালগুলা যেগুলো
Enja.
Yeah, it's a word in English.
Wolves and jackals, not the same, but same family. Wolf is like the old, from history, the animal. From wolves came jackals, fox, dogs.
husky.
They look like this.
This is a husky
Husky is a dog.
dog, but the similarity, I think the same place, I guess.
Wolves are all over the world, unless people kill them. There are wolves in every part of the world where animals can live.
আমাদের একটা ইয়া আছে না শিয়ালের ইয়া, আর এটা হচ্ছে কি শিয়ালের বড়টা, সবচেয়ে বড়
মানে নেকড়ে
নেকড়ে, যেটা নেকড়ে বাঘ না, আবার নেকড়ে শিয়াল যেটা সেটা বড়গুলা।
I have to look that up to see what countries don't have wolves. Michigan has wolves in the wild. In the wild.
I have like 3 fox in my backyard, like you can see all this. They're coming, crossing the roads. I know.
Fox this big. Wolf
That big.
this big.
আমার বাসার ব্যাকইয়ার্ডের পিছনে 3টা শিয়াল আছে।
Wolves here and
হাইটে
here.
রাস্তা পার ইয়া করে, রাত্রেবেলা গেলে ভয় লাগে জানো।
এখনো আসেনি।
হ্যাঁ,
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
আওয়াজও করে অর্ধেক রাত্রেবেলা, জানালা খুলে ঘুমাই
Have a great
শিয়ালের যে একটা
afternoon.
ঝাপ ছাড়ছেটা আওয়াজ আছে না, ওইটাও করে।
actually BT sheet, study sheet.
It's not it.
For you?
আপনি কি বাসায় কিনে ফেলবেন?
Bye, Abdullah.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
See you.
SNC. Have a nice day.
Purchase করেছেন, আপনি বাসা দেখছেন?
You too.
আপনি কারোর সাথে কথা বলতেছেন আপাতত? বাঙালি কেউ? ওকে, তাহলে ঠিক আছে। ইন্টারভিউটা সাইডের থেকে তো করার নেই, তাই না? আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে। পারচেসের এগ্রিমেন্ট যেটা সেটা। এখন যদি আপনি ডিটেলসে বুঝতে চান, তাহলে যে বাঙালি লোকটা আছে না, যার কাছ থেকে নিতেছেন, এই যে এত। এই যে দেখেন আপনার পারচেসের 2 লাখ, হ্যাঁ? এত। এটা না? হ্যাঁ। তারপরে আপনি এখানে বলছে ইনিশিয়াল লিখে সাইন দিতেছেন, আপনি সাইন দিছেন।
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
দেখা যাচ্ছে
এটা এখন তো বিরাম দিয়ে এটা খাই সাবমিট করছি
এটা আপনার রিমেইন ডগস আসছে, অ্যাক্টিভিটি অন রিমেইন ডগস, হিয়ার ইজ দ্য সামারি আসছে। আপনি সাইন করে কাউকে পাঠিয়েছেন যে এটার এগ্রিমেন্টটা এখানে আসছে। এখন এটা আপনি যদি প্রিন্ট আউট করে ডাউনলোড করে আপনার কাছে রাখতে ফাইলের মধ্যে ঢুকে রেখে এটাই
এটা এবার তারা অ্যাপ্রুভ করছেন না
এখনো করছেন না, দেখা যাচ্ছে না, বাট এটা আপনার একটা এগ্রিমেন্ট।